Hi friends and welcome. My name is Victoria and I'm a mindful movement teacher. Today I have an all levels flow that is meant to invite fluidity and movement into your body by moving in a way that feels really intuitive and rhythmic. This is going to be a video with very minimal verbal cues. So if you do wish to have something that's a little bit more guided with a lot more verbal cues to help with your alignment, then you can check out my other video, same fluidity flow, same exact sequence. It's just a little bit more verbal. Here, I'll just be going through the very basic postures, maybe a little bit of an alignment cue here and there. I'll also be offering options to use props, right? So if you have blocks, you can use blocks. If you have any other sturdy items that are going to provide height off the floor, you can invite them into your space, as well as a strap, right? So if you don't have a strap, you can use a towel, a belt, really anything you can loop around to grab your foot. I won't be playing music in the background, so you can feel free to play your own music, or if you just want to stay with the silent practice, right? Very minimal talking, just a lot of breathing and moving. We'll start in this easy seat here, and you can sit on your shins if you'd like, on your sitting bones. If you want to elevate your hips with a block or a pillow, you can do that. But just starting to settle into stillness here, settling into silence as you start to maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze if you feel comfortable. And just beginning to bring awareness to your breath here, right? Noticing the quality of your inhales and the quality of your exhales. As we move today, really seeing your breath not just as an exchange of air or of oxygen, right? But rather as an intake and outtake of prana, of life energy, as we move it around the subtle layers of our body. And then from here, just taking a couple rounds of breath. Noticing if the breath is originating from your chest, can you start to bring your breath down towards your belly, letting it expand as you breathe in. And then really contracting it, lengthening through your spine here as you exhale. And we'll just stay here for about 3 or 4 more rounds of breath. And then from here, just taking one more deep inhale, fill up. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale, now sweep your arms up and overhead, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand wraps around your right knee. Let your right fingertips rest behind you as you find a gentle twist, just beginning to arrive into your body here. Using your inhales to find height through your spine and your exhales to twist. And just staying here for about a breath or two. And then on your next inhale, sweep your right fingertips up and over diagonally. Find a side body stretch in your right side. Maybe you gaze up at your hand. Taking one more inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Drop your right hand to your left knee, left fingertips behind you. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, twist. Chin away from your chest. Relax your shoulders. And then on your next inhale, sweep your left arm up and over diagonally. Now opening up to your left side. For one more inhale. And the next exhale, release back to center, hands to your knees. We'll find seated cat and cows here to warm up through our spine. So on your next inhale, press your hands against your knees to shine your heart space forward. Drop your shoulders back, lift your gaze for cow pose. And then exhale, cat, round and curl through your spine, chin down towards your chest. Pull back to the back. Inhale, cow pose. Draw your chest forward, gaze up. And then exhale, cat, round and curl. And then just continuing to take your cat and cows here at your own pace. Maybe here you start to invite fluidity by finding circles, right? Maybe you go around. Maybe you roll out your neck, right? Taking any movement that feels good here. Take about 2 to 3 more rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, gently coming back to center, keeping your upright seat, find a straddle. Extend your legs out wide. Really activate through your quadriceps by flexing your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, lengthen. Exhale, hinge to the right. Inhale, back to center, lift. Exhale, hinge to the left. And just continue to take these at your own pace, right? You don't have to touch your foot. You don't necessarily have to reach for anything. We're just, once again, finding that fluidity in our spine here. You can go fast or slow. Take a couple more rounds. And then no rush at all when you're ready. Meeting me back at center to inhale, reach high. Exhale, frame your hands around your right thigh. We're going to start to work our hip flexors here. So keeping your left leg active, start to see if you can lift your right leg off the mat, right? And it doesn't have to go anywhere. It doesn't even have to necessarily lift away from the floor, even if you lifted a quarter of an inch. Just starting to activate your right hip flexor, your right quad. If you start to cramp, you shake it out really quickly, right? Playing around for one more breath. And then back to center. We'll do that on the left side. Same thing. Now activating through your right leg. Start to lift. And again, it doesn't have to go anywhere, right? Do not feel discouraged if it doesn't lift. We're just finding that sensation. And then notice if you're starting to round, right? Puff up through your chest. One more breath. And then when you're ready, back to center, shake it out really quickly. Now we'll try to do both legs. Again, trying being the key word here, right? There is no outcome to achieve. Hands to the middle, length in your spine. See if you can lift both. And then see if you can hold it for even half a second, right? One more breath. And then shake it out, let it go really quickly. Beautiful. We'll start to find our tabletop here. From your tabletop, high plank, and we'll hold for a breath or two. Push the floor away, spread your fingers wide. See if you can start to activate through your core. Start to engage your breath. One more inhale, shine your heart space forward, lift your gaze. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, breathe here. And maybe here you pedal into your feet. Maybe you shake your hips side to side, shake your head side to side. Again, just taking any movement so that you can arrive here in your body, arrive in your mat. And then start to find stillness, let your head and neck be heavy. Taking a deep breath in to fill up. Closed mouth, exhale, let it go. One more like that, deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, three-legged down dog, right leg lifts back behind you. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Option to bring blocks under your hands to bring the floor closer here. Keeping your back heel lifted, inhale, gaze forward, lengthen spine. Exhale, extend your right leg, hinge your chest forward. Twice more, inhale, bend your knee, lengthen spine. Exhale, extend your leg, hinge your chest. One more here, inhale, runner's lunge. And then exhale, let it go. Inhale back to your low lunge, move your blocks if you use them, plant your hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do that on the other side. Inhale, left leg sweeps back behind you, three-legged down dog. Exhale, low lunge, gently step it through. And again, if you need your blocks, you can grab them here. Inhale to puff up through your chest, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, extend your left leg, hinge your torso. Twice more like that. Inhale, bend your knee, lift your gaze. Exhale, extend your leg, drop your head and neck. Last one, inhale, puff up through your chest. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, back to your low lunge, plant your hands to the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then from here, gently, slowly taking baby steps to the top edge of your mat, little by little, setting up in your forward fold, Uttanasana. Feet are about hips width distance apart. Find a generous bend in your knees, let your head and neck drop. And then from here, just once again, finding gentle movement, letting it all go. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. Maybe you let your torso just wobble a little bit here and there. And if you grabbed opposite elbows, cup the other one. Switch it out. And then from here, letting your fingertips drop to the mat, bend your knees deeply, chin to chest, slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Let your head and neck be the last to come up at the top. And then from here, just rolling out whatever you need to roll out, right? Maybe you roll your shoulders back. We're going to flow through our sun salutations here. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms reach up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, flow through your Vinyasa. You can always skip this and just meet me in down dog. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward facing. 3 rounds of breath. And when you're ready, lift your heels, soften your knees, travel to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, stand tall, reach high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, mountain Tadasana, twice more. Inhale, reach overhead, maybe you lift your gaze. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, lift your gaze, lengthen spine. Exhale, flow. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, 3 rounds of breath. Notice if you're holding any tension in your face and your shoulders, let it melt away. And when you're ready, lift your heels, soften your knees, travel to the top. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, stand tall, reach overhead. Exhale, mountain. 1 more. Inhale, reach high, maybe your palms touch. Exhale, Uttanasana, release. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, flow. Take your time here, stay with your breath. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing, 3 rounds of breath. And then from here, before we move on to our Surya Namaskar B, on your next inhale, roll forward to your high plank position. Exhale to lower for 4, 3, 2, letting it all go. And then from here, bring your fingertips out towards the outer edges of your mat, maybe for the floor. And we're going to start to undulate through our spine here. So on your next inhale, slowly roll up, lift your gaze, open your chest. And then exhale to slowly let it all go. Twice more like that. Inhale, undulate as you lift. Exhale, release. 1 more. Inhale, lift. And then exhale to roll down. Now from here, keeping your elbows lifted up to the ceiling. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop your left shoulder to your midline. Finding a nice opening here in your chest, front shoulders. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop your right shoulder to your midline. Twice more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop your left shoulder. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop your right shoulder. Inhale to lift 1 more time here. And then exhale to slowly release. Plant your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes. Inhale, press up to your high plank. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Moving on to our Surya Namaskar B. Lift your heels, soften your knees, travel to the top. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, stand tall, reach high. Exhale, mountain Tadasana. Inhale, chair Utkatasana, sit low, reach high. Holding for just 2 rounds of breath. Just setting ourselves up here, setting up the foundation. Maybe lower 1 more inch. Beautiful. 1 more inhale. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, flow. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Right foot steps forward. Ground your back heel. Inhale, warrior 1, Virabhadrasana to rise. Exhale, flow. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Left foot forward. This time, ground your back heel. Inhale, warrior 1, lengthen, reach high. Exhale, flow. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 3 rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, we'll flow here. Lift your heels, soften your knees, travel to the top. Inhale, flat back, lift your gaze. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, chair Utkatasana. Exhale, mountain Tadasana. One more like that. Inhale, chair, sit low, reach high. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, flow. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Right leg steps forward, ground your back heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, flow. Take your time. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps forward, ground your back heel. Inhale, Virabhadrasana, warrior one. Exhale, flow. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, 3 rounds of breath. And then we'll tie it out here. Lift your heels, soften your knees, travel to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, mountain Tadasana. From here, bringing your feet about as wide, if not a little bit wider than your mat, setting up for Malasana Yogi Squat. Hands to heart center. Inhale to lengthen through your spine. Exhale, sit your hips low. Breathe here. Now, friends, you have an option here. You can always bring a block under your tailbone here if you want something a little bit more accessible, right? If you're feeling this way too much in your knees or if it feels too intense in your lower back, just setting up that block at whatever height you need it. I'm just staying here for about 3 to 4 more rounds of breath. Maybe you close your eyes. Keeping your chest loud and proud here. Taking one more inhale. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, extend your legs, bring your feet about hips width distance apart or together. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, step back to your downward facing dog. From here, option to inhale, shift forward to your high plank. Exhale, option to flow. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Now we're going to start to add on to our flow here. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Kick your right leg back behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, round and curl. Inhale, kick back, lengthen. Exhale, step it through. Back heel stays lifted. Inhale, high crescent, reach overhead. Listen closely here. Exhale, warrior two to the back. Pivot your feet. Bend your left knee. Right foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Beautiful. From here, just staying for about 2 to 3 rounds of breath. Again, really setting yourself up. And then on your next inhale, star pose, open through all 4 limbs, parallel your feet. And then exhale, wide-legged forward fold, let it all go. Now, friends, you have about 4 to 5 rounds of breath here to play, right? So if you want to find a hip opener, maybe you bend into one knee and then the other. Maybe you find a heart opener by finding a bind, interlace fingers or opposite elbows. Maybe you find an inversion, or maybe you just release here, right? Let gravity do the work for you. And then you can always pause the video if you want to keep playing. But if not, we're going to undulate through our spine just like we did with Cobra. So on your next inhale, roll forward, lift your gaze, lengthen spine. Exhale, slowly release. Twice more, inhale, undulate, lift. Exhale, release. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Now listen here, inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, goddess squat, heels in. Option to cactus your arms or hands to heart center. Again, just staying here for about 3 rounds of breath, finding your alignment. And then from here, bringing your hands to the insides of your knees. Inhale, puff up through your chest. Exhale, press your left hand against the inside of your left knee. Find this mini twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right hand presses against your right knee. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left shoulder drops to your midline. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right shoulder drops to your midline. From here, inhale, back to center. Exhale to settle. Inhale, star, open through all four limbs. Exhale, warrior two to the front. Again, 2 to 3 rounds of breath here. Really power through your arms, power through your back heel. And then on your next inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and back, lengthen. Exhale, option to flow, option to skip it. And you can always find low cobra instead. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 3 rounds of breath. And then we'll do all of that on the other side. Inhale, left heel kicks back behind you, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to nose, really squeeze here, push the floor away. Inhale, kick back, lengthen. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, high crescent, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, warrior two to open to the back. Bend your right knee, pivot your back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. And again, just 2 to 3 rounds of breath here. Set yourself up. Really neutralizing through your tailbone. And then same thing here on your next inhale, star, open up through all 4 limbs. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. I'm gonna turn to face you, right? And then same thing, you have 3 to 4 rounds of breath to really play. So if you played it safe the first time around, maybe you try something different. If you want more of an adductor or inner thigh opener and hamstring opener, just walk your hands back behind you, fingers facing the same way you're facing, right? So away from you. And then start to find your chaturanga arms by bending your elbows in towards each other, shifting your weight forward to the ball mounds of your feet. You can always adjust your stance. And just 3 more rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, walking your fingertips back under your shoulders. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, goddess squat. From here, another tiny movement. Inhale, open, extend through all 4 limbs. Exhale, goddess squat. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, open. Exhale, goddess squat. Last one, best one. Inhale, open. Exhale, goddess squat. Beautiful. Inhale to open. Exhale, warrior two to the front. So I turned around, right? You're bending into your left knee this time, pivoting through your right heel. Just staying for 2 rounds of breath. So you're facing the front of your mat. And then on your next inhale, reverse warrior, sweep up and back. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa. Squeeze your elbows in as you lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Taking about 3 rounds of breath here. Staying in your down dog. We're gonna flow through that 1 breath, 1 movement. We'll get rid of all the repetitions and all the flowery postures we added in. We're just gonna move through our warrior 2, star, goddess, warrior 2, reverse warrior, and then flow. So 1 more breath here. And then right back into it. Inhale, 3-legged down dog, right heel kicks back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back, lengthen. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, high crescent, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, warrior 2 to the back, pivot your feet, bend your left knee. Inhale, star, open through all 4 limbs. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, release. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, goddess squat. Yes, nice. Inhale, star, open. Exhale, warrior 2 to the front. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, option to flow through your vinyasa. Option to find your down dog. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Inhale, left leg sweeps back this time. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, high crescent, reach high. Exhale, warrior 2 to the back. Now right knee bends. Inhale, star, open. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lift your gaze. Exhale, goddess squat, sit low. Inhale, star, open. Exhale, warrior 2 to the front, left knee bends. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, flow. Beautiful. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 3 rounds of breath. And see if you can engage your diaphragm here, right? Using your belly to breathe. And then from here, we'll find a nice hamstring stretch. So start to walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're going to be at the back of your mat. Feet or hips with distance if they're not there already. We'll find Parangustasana, hand to big toe pose. Wrap your peace fingers around your big toes. From here, inhale, bend your knees. Flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, extend your legs, let your head and neck drop. Shifting your weight towards the ball mounds of your feet. Really bend your elbows out to the sides. And just staying for 2 more rounds of breath. And then from here on your next inhale, walk your fingertips forward, flat back, lift your gaze. Exhale, Parahastasana. Now slide your hands under, so fingers face you, palms face up. Bring your toes to your wrist creases. Same thing, bend your knees, inhale, flat back, lift your gaze. Exhale, extend your legs, let your head and neck drop. And you can always keep a micro bend in your knees here. See if you can let your head and neck be heavy, heavy. And just 2 more rounds of breath. And then from here, walking your fingertips forward, inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, walk your hands back, setting yourself up from your high plank, down dog. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, let it go. One more like that, inhale, and exhale. From here, lift your heels, soften your knees, travel to the top. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach high. Exhale, drinking bird. Lift your heels, send your arms back behind you. We'll hold here for 2 to 3 rounds of breath. See if you can really open through your heart space. Send your shoulders back as you reach the crown of your head forward. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, chair, sit low, reach high. Exhale, drinking bird, option to start to extend your legs for your diver's pose. One more like that. Inhale, sit low, reach high, chair. Exhale, diver's or drinking bird. Inhale, chair, sit low, reach high. Exhale, stand tall, arms by your sides. Beautiful. From here, we're going to start to add on to our flow even more. So we're going to find our Uddita Hasta Parangustasana, extended hand to big toe pose. You might want to use a strap or at least just have it around in case, yeah? You can just wrap it around your neck like a scarf. We're going to start here with our left foot. So from here, hands to your hips. Inhale to lift your left knee in line with your hips. And then exhale to settle. Notice if you're piking your left hip up, let it drop. Bring your hips square. Inhale to reach your arms overhead. Maybe you lift your gaze. Exhale, option to find your bind here. So maybe you wrap your peace fingers around your left toe, or maybe you wrap your strap under the ball mound of your foot, right? Up to you. See what you would like to try. Right hand to your hips. From here, inhale, extend your left leg out in front of you. Exhale, option to stay here, option to extend your left leg out. And then maybe you reach your right fingertips out. Making sure that you're really activating through this leg, right? You're not just letting your hand carry all of your weight. You're helping yourself by lifting up as well. Really powering through your right heel, staying for 1 more inhale. Settle on the exhale. 1 more inhale. Stay on the exhale. Inhale back to center. Listen here, exhale, drop your bind, let your leg just hang here, right? Let it float. Again, activating your hip flexor. Just stay for 4, stay for 3. Can you lift it 1 more inch for 2? 1, and then warrior 3. So you're gonna pivot here, hinge, or rather hinge, not pivot. Hinge your chest forward, hips back. Reach your left heel back behind you. And then just breathe here. Oops, sorry about that. Again, see if you can power through your back heel as you reach the crown of your head towards the opposite direction. And you can always use your hands on blocks, but we're not staying here for too long. See if you can square your hips. 1 more inhale. Stay on the exhale. Hands to your hips, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop your left heel back behind you, setting up for a pyramid pose. So feet are not going to be as wide as your warrior one, but they're not going to be too narrow, right? You want to bring your heels sort of in line with each other and back foot about 45 degrees. And then with your hands, bring your left hip forward or right hip back. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, reach the crown of your head forward. Exhale, pyramid, let your head and neck drop. And you can always bring your hands on blocks to bring the floor closer to you. You can always readjust your stance here if you'd like. And hold here for 4 more rounds of breath. And then from here on your next inhale, lift your gaze, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, supported warrior 3, hands to blocks or the mat. Lengthen your left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Shiva squat. Bring your left knee behind your right, slight bend of the right knee. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, open. Exhale, Shiva squat. 1 more, inhale, open. Exhale, Shiva squat. Hold here and breathe. If you want a balance challenge, maybe start to lift your hands, bring them to prayer, right? Let yourself stumble a little bit, let yourself shake. 1 more breath. If you lifted your hands back to the mat, inhale, lengthen, gaze forward. Exhale, drop your left knee outside of the blade of your right foot. We're going to start to set up for our cow face pose, Gomukhasana. So you have options. Yes, for your legs, you can always stack your knees. If this feels way too intense, if it doesn't feel kind for your body today, you can just stack your shins, right shin on top of your left. With our arms, we might need our straps. So here, you're going to you don't need it, right? But you're gonna maybe grab your strap with your left hand, reach your left arm long in front of you. Right elbow is gonna bend, bring the back of your hand to your lower back so your palm faces back. From here, start to drive your hand up towards your spine and then drop your left hand. Maybe you can find your bind with your fingers. Maybe you just wrap your hands around your strap. And then notice if you're really splaying out through your front side body, right? Close your rib cage and instead press your head against your arm. And just 3 rounds of breath here. You can always close your eyes and you can always start to walk your fingers in towards each other if you have your strap. And then from here, just taking 1 more inhale, maybe you press your head back a little bit more. And then exhale, gently release, finding our boat pose right into it, right? Quick transition. Either toes on the mat, heels lifted, shins parallel, or legs fully extended. Just taking 4 rounds of breath here. And just 1 more inhale. And then on your exhale, option to flow, cross your ankles under your seat, step or jump back, flow. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, 3 rounds of breath. And we're gonna do all of that on the other side, yeah? So lift your heels, soften your knees, step or jump to the top. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold release. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach high. Exhale, drinking bird or divers. Again, your choice here. Just holding for 4, 3, 2, and we'll do that twice more. Inhale, chair, sit low, reach high. Exhale, divers or drinking bird. 1 more, inhale, chair. Exhale, divers. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand tall, arms by your sides. We'll move on to our other side. So again, maybe you bring your strap, bring it around your neck like a scarf if you need it. And then this time, hands to hips. You lift your right knee in line with your right hip. Hips are square, flex your right foot. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, option to find your yogi toe lock. So peace fingers around your right toe, or wrap your strap under the ball end of your foot. From here, inhale, maybe you extend your leg long. Exhale, maybe you reach your right heel to the right. Left fingertips reach out. And again, you're not just carrying your leg, right? You're really activating your quadricep by lifting here. And just 2 more rounds of breath. On your next inhale, back to center. Exhale, hold here, right? Let your lock go or your strap and just float your leg. Active your hip flexor. Hold 4, hold 3, hold 2, 1 more. And then warrior 3, hinge your chest forward. Kick your right heel back. Again, maybe you let your hands float on blocks. Maybe you bring your arms behind you. Not staying here for too long. Taking a deep breath in, hands to your hips. And then exhale, drop your right heel behind you, set up for pyramid. So you already have a guesstimate of your stance from our last side, right? So setting yourself up a little better this time. Bring your left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, lengthen spine, crown of your head reaches long. And then exhale, drape your torso over your left leg. Like an option to use blocks under your hands. Or maybe you start to wrap them around your ankle, right? And 4 more rounds of breath here. And then on your next inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, supported warrior, 3 hands to blocks or the mat. Inhale to lengthen, kick your heel back. Exhale, Shiva squat, right knee behind your left, twice more. Inhale, lengthen, gaze forward. Exhale, Shiva squat. Last one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Shiva squat, hold here and breathe. And again, balance challenge, maybe start to bring your hands to heart center in front of you. 1 more breath. If you lifted your hands back to the mat, inhale, open. Exhale, drop your right knee outside the blade of your left foot. Again, setting up for Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So this side will feel different. You can just accommodate accordingly. Maybe your knees stack, maybe you stack your shins instead. And then again, maybe you use your strap. So I know this side for me, I can find my bind, other side I can't. But we'll try either way, right? You're gonna grab your strap now with your right arm. You extend to the ceiling, bend your left elbow, back of your hand to the base of your spine, and then start to lift your left hand up, bend your right elbow. Maybe you grab your strap, maybe you find your bind. And just 3 to 4 rounds of breath. Again, press your head against your arm. You can always close your eyes or soften your gaze. One more inhale. Exhale right into your boat pose, Navasana. Drop your strap if you used it. And then this time, maybe you find a challenge, right? Knowing you're allowed to change your mind. If you don't like it, go back to where you were before. Just holding for 4, hold for 3, hold for 2. Finish this last one. And then start to flow or just step back to your down dog. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, 3 rounds of breath. And from here, just inviting a little bit more movement into our spine. We'll find some spinal waves. So if you have that in your practice, you can start to move through them. If not, just listen here. You lift your heels, roll forward through your spine like a wave. And then on the exhale, bend your knees, arch your spine, bring your hips to your heels, back to your down dog. We'll do that again. Roll forward. And then bend your knees, bring your hips to your heels, down dog. And we can do that a couple more times. Just move at your own pace, right? Knowing that the top of your spine, the back of your neck is also part of this movement, right? So letting your neck undulate at the end and then lifting your gaze. 1 more. And then from here, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then gently, slowly, you can start to drop to your knees. We're gonna start to slow it down a little bit. We're gonna find a wide-legged forward fold. So we've worked a lot on our adductors and inner thighs here, right? We're gonna make this very restorative. So again, if you have your blocks, you bring them. If you have other items, you just want to make a pillow for your forehead, right? So bringing your legs wide, you don't have to activate your legs, you can let them relax. And then you can bring your blocks really either lowest setting, highest setting, maybe you just need one, right? You want to find a spot here in this posture where you're going to feel a little comfortable, but not so comfortable that you're not deepening, right? So kind of like Goldilocks, you want to find a nice spot. And if it takes you a little bit to find it, that's okay, right? We're going to be here for a while. So finding a spot where you're not going to fidget, where you're not going to move around, feel like you're in pain. And then once you find that sweet spot, letting your forehead rest on your blocks. You can let your arms rest wherever. And we're going to stay here for a couple minutes. Knowing that with time, this is going to be a little bit easier, right? Gravity is going to start to pull you down towards the floor, so you can always move your blocks. Notice if you are once again holding any tension in your face, in your shoulders. Where can you release here in your body? Where are you resisting? Knowing again that there is nowhere to be but here. See if you can fight the urge here to fidget, to move. See if you can fight the urge of getting distracted and just bringing your attention and your focus back to your breath. Noticing the way that your belly and the back of your spine expand with every inhale. And the way you melt down towards the floor with every exhale. Just a couple more rounds of breath here. And you can stay here for as long as you'd like, or you can always pause the video and just stay here longer. But if you'd like to move on, you can just start to walk your hands towards you to lift your gaze, move your blocks out of the way. And then same way we started, we'll find these gentle twists just to notice how much more mobility we have in our bodies. So from here, inhale, sweep your arms long. Exhale, twist to the right, making this a little bit more intense if you'd like to. I'm just staying for 3 more rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, reach your right fingertips diagonally forward. And just holding for 1 more deep breath in, and a deep breath out. 1 more inhale, maybe you reach forward 1 more inch. And then exhale to release, right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, sit up tall, lengthen. And then exhale, twist. And then on your next inhale, same thing. Sweep your left arm up and overhead. I'm just staying for 1 breath. 1 more inhale. And then exhale back to center. And then from here, In the most energy efficient way, I don't like to say the word lazy, energy efficient way, we're gonna set up for a pigeon pose. So however you can, right? Just bringing your right shin as close as you can to the front of your mat. You can find a 45-degree or 90-degree, and then making sure your back heel is right behind your right hip. Inhale to lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, release pigeon. Staying here for a couple rounds of breath. You can always use blocks here if you'd like a little bit more support. And then when you're ready, just bringing your hands back to the mat to lift your torso, lift your gaze. Just sitting on your right hip. Now swing your left leg in front of you. Swing your right leg back. Again, energy efficient, setting up for pigeon pose on your left side. Again, setting up however feels best here in your body. Inhale to shine your heart space forward. And then exhale to release, let it go. And again, no rush. Bringing your hands back to the mat. Sit on your left hip, swing your right leg forward. Find your bound angle pose, Barakonasana. Soles of your feet together, knees wide. You can bring your heels as close or far as you'd like to your pelvic floor. Inhale to sit up tall, lengthen. And then exhale, hinge. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, hinge. One more. Inhale, sit up. And then exhale, hinge, staying here for about 4 or 5 rounds of breath. You can let your head and neck drop if you'd like. And then again, stay here as long as you'd like, or you can start to sit up tall. We'll finish on our backs here. So if you need to bring anything with you, blocks, a blanket, whatever it is, plant your soles down on the mat, reach your arms out long, find a C curve in your spine, and then slowly roll back one vertebrae at a time. And then from here, just hugging your knees in, you can rock side to side. And then cup your hands around your knees. Make circles going in opposite directions here, right? Kind of like you're stirring 2 pots. And then go the other way around, switch it up. And then from here, bringing your knees together, make circles going in the same direction. Massage your sacrum, your lower back. And then switch it out, go the other way. And then from here, keep your right knee, extend your left leg long. Inhale, give yourself a tight squeeze. Exhale, twist, drop your knee to the left, cactus, or extend your right arm to the right. Maybe your gaze follows. Make sure both of your shoulders are grounded. And just take about 3, 4, 5 rounds of breath. And when you're ready, inhale back to center. Exhale, switch out your legs. Extend your right leg, hug your left knee in. Inhale, give yourself a tight squeeze. And then exhale, twist to the right, cactus, or extend your left arm to the left. And again, maybe you let your gaze soften or eyelids close. And from here, inhale back to center. Exhale both of your knees in. Option to find a happy baby. Grab your shins, ankles, or blades of your feet as you draw your knees towards the outer edges of your body. And then maybe you rock side to side. Maybe you extend one leg and then the other. And then friends, you're welcome to pause this video and take any other movements, any other postures that you would like to really tie out your practice, right? Maybe you're craving an inversion, whatever it is, you can do that. Or if you'd like to start to find your way to your Shavasana, your final resting pose, letting your legs splay out, let your arms splay out. Take up all the space here that you can, right? I remind you, it is your divine right in this world to take up space. I always say that, but you know I mean it, and it's true, right? Letting yourself be reminded of that every once in a while. And just start here on your mat. And then we'll take a quick body scan, starting from the tips of your toes, soles of your feet, tops of your feet, ankles, shins, calves, knees, fronts of your thighs, backs of your thighs, glutes, hips, belly, waist, lower back, middle back, rib cage, chest, upper back, fingertips, fingers, palms, backs of your hands, wrist, forearms, biceps, triceps, shoulders, collarbones, neck, back of your neck, jaw, cheeks, lips, ears, nose, eyes, eyebrows, forehead, all the way to the crown of your head. And imagining that there is a glowing light running through your body. And it's starting to radiate out and about, filling up your room with light, filling up the building, your neighborhood, your city, state, country, continent, world, right? Just imagine that you're being flooded with this light that is originating from right inside you. And then fully letting go here in Shavasana. And friends, you can stay here for as long as you'd like, right? Again, you can end the video here if you want to find an even longer Shavasana. But as always, I just wanted to take a second to thank you. Thank you so much for letting me into your home. Thank you so much for letting me lead your practice. I appreciate every comment, any feedback that you have, any recommendations, requests. If you love my channel, feel free to subscribe. Other than that, thank you so much. And until next time, have a good one.